Well, good evening, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this November the 3rd, 2024. I'm hoping everybody had a great Friday out there so far. Everybody has a great Friday evening. Hope everybody continues to stay safe and well, and also enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. Okay, in tonight's video, we're taking a look at the tropics here. This is the satellite loop across the lower 48 and also the eastern Pacific and also the portion of the tropical Atlantic. As you can see from up here near St. John's Island through Nova Scotia all the way back into the Carolinas, back into South Texas, there's a cold front slowly moving through, but with no moisture expected as it moves through. A few pockets of rain may be possible across Alabama, maybe down in the Texas area as well. We got a little bit of activity over here in portion of Colorado and New Mexico, and then another system slamming the west coast over here around Washington, Oregon State, down in northwestern California. Also, we have this little system here trying to get its act together to become maybe something in the tropical Atlantic. Also, this guy here still trying to get his act together down in the Caribbean Sea. And also, we have a Invest 96L, which is located over here in the Eastern Pacific, right behind the screen. Has about a 40% chance of development over the next 48 hours and also next 7 days. So we'll show you that in just a few minutes. Alright, if you have not subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe. Also like these videos, share these videos, and let's continue to get the show on the road here, folks. Alright, you can see here we're fixing to take a look at the tropics, and I'll show you that information there. Alright, you can see here is that 40% chance of development here over the next 2 days and also the next 7 days. This system here has a 10% chance over the next 2 days and 7 days, and this little system here has a 30% chance and a 70% chance over the next 7 days. So well, we're going to continue to monitor this and see what happens. Alright, let's move on to the current watches warning advisory map for your location across the nation. Alright, you can see here we got some special weather statements and fire weather watches up here in portions of Connecticut down to Boston. Flood watches over here in portions of Oklahoma and Texas and also New Mexico. Also, so we have some winter weather advisories over here in portions of Montana to Idaho to Wyoming to Utah to California to Washington, Oregon State. And in the pink there we have some winter storm warnings also in effect for Washington, Oregon State also. We got some special weather statements to the southwestern California region. Small craft advisory, gale warning from Maine all the way down to around the DC, Delaware area. Then again across the east coast of Florida down to the Florida Keys. Then again from California all the way up to Washington State. And also some around the Hawaiian Chain Island as well. We have freeze and spray warnings to the north, small craft advisory, storm warnings to the south and southwest Alaska, and a few areas of winter storm warnings there also. And let's move on to the severe weather perspective of this video. Let's take a look at day 2, which is Saturday. We have a marginal risk in the green, stretching from Oklahoma City to Norman, back to Amarillo, Texas, down to Fort Stockton, also to Abilene. Then we have a slight risk from Fort Steele to Wichita to Midlands, Lubbock area, for a slight risk for severe thunderstorms in that region. General thunderstorm elsewhere stretching from Aberdeen, South Dakota all the way down to Corpus Christi, Texas. Let's take a look at the tornado probability. We have a 2% here. We have a 5% around Midland, Texas. Let's take a look at the damaging winds. We have a 5 and 15% from 5% from Fort Stockton all the way up to Tulsa and Norman and Oklahoma region, city region. Also Fort Steele to Wichita to Lubbock, Texas. We have a 15% risk there as well. And let's move on down to the large hail. As you can see, we have a slashed hatched area here for hail greater than 2 inches in diameter, maybe up to golf ball to baseball size hail possible around Midland, Texas. Also around Odessa, Big Spring, West Odessa, and Andrews, Texas. And then elsewhere is generally just 5% and 15% for large hail elsewhere. Alright, let's move on to day number 3. Okay. Alright, as you can see, the severe weather outbreak gets a little bigger. We got general thunderstorm from Grand Fort to Fargo, all the way down to San Antonio to Corpus Christi, all the way back to Flagstaff and Phoenix, Arizona. Here's that marginal risk stretching from McCook to Colby, all the way down to Amarillo to Midlands, also toward Waco, Dallas, you're included. Then we have a slight risk from Oklahoma City to Norman to Fort Steele to Wichita Falls to Abilene, just east of Midland, Texas, and surrounding areas. Should be 5 and 15%. There it is, 5% in the brown, 15% in the yellow, which is slight risk. Marginal risk is the 5% risk area. Alright, and finally, let's wrap it up with the day number 4. Alright, you can see here we have a 15% chance of development for severe thunderstorms from Austin to Waco to Dallas to Wichita, Fort Steele, Oklahoma City, Norman to Tulsa to Springfield to Jefferson City, also over towards St. Louis, Missouri, just east of Kansas City. 15%, and the 5% risk area will outline the area that will be a marginal risk for severe weather. Alrighty, well, I hope everybody enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe if you have not. Like the video, share the video, consider subscribing if you have not. Also enjoy the weather, because it's the only weather you got. Like the video, share the videos, and we'll catch you back in the next one. So have a wonderful, wonderful Friday evening, folks. Take care.